Call Allah Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone of Well. I am not a member of Great Millstone, yet I've entered into their labors. Peace, mercy, and blessing to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this, wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. This is another quick one, because, we coming into some interesting times. So according to the word, it says thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. But if you think that our own people are going to be willing, these other heathen and these folks that, these that believed in Jesus Cross, they're going to try to be willing, but they will have not been given the spirit or the go ahead, right? Because this here belongs to us. It's not yours. There are plenty of videos on this already that go into great detail, but we're just going to grab a couple, and then Lord willing, I'll put in the description box some videos that have gone into detail about this very topic. So, without further ado, I don't know what to call this. Maybe, for right now, tentatively, this ain't yours. This ain't for you. All right. So we're in Matthew 1:1. Look at the lineage, right? I need y'all to read Matthew 1:1. All right. It takes a strict lineage, right? And then this is the lineage of Yahushua, because remember, according to Revelation 22, he is the root and the offspring of David, right? And if you go to verse Romans, so read Matthew 1:1, because there's the lineage, which is tracking a people through a seed line, right? Through a seed line. So if you are a Negro, Latino, so-called Negro, so-called Latino, so-called Native American by flesh, or if your forefather goes to one of the three aforementioned, you are an Israelite. And even more blessed if you are one of them that this word is has permeated your spirit, and it sits right with you. Even the offenses, they sit right with you. Then you are of the hopeful, and I say hopeful humbly, we are of the hopeful elect. And then there are people who look like other nations. Why? Because we have been scattered across the four corners of the earth. You can go to your blue letter, you can type in scattered, and you will see it over and over and over. We were scattered for our disobedience. We were scattered and made subject unto these other nations. Scattered, scattered, scattered. Okay, so you are not going to always look like the quintessential Israelite, the woolly hair, the full beard, or the darker skin, the darker brown hue. Some will look like wherever they came from. That's how you can explain these other heathen that have, they got the swag, they got the little flavors, because more than likely they're Israelites, okay? It's very simple. We don't need to overcomplicate anything, because it is a bad time to try to overcomplicate. And you know what? That's another point that since this devil's going all out on his left-handed confusion, he got these robots giving birth. He's getting exposed left and right for, the whole hokey pokey thing. And you got the Neuralink coming out next year, possibly in conjunction with the release of the metaverse. It's a lot going on. So you also will have a lot of bug outs, bring up some old stuff, bring up some stuff that's already been covered, bring up some stuff that's already been disproven, but they're just going to go and continue to spread confusion. And of course, it is all of the Heavenly Father, because that is those who fall for it were just those he doesn't want, because contrary to Christian doctrine, God doesn't love everybody, or Yahweh doesn't love everybody, and he doesn't want everybody. So I'm going to go straight to the point with Romans 9 from my original point that I was making. We'll start at verse 7. 5. Yeah. So you can read 1 through 7, but the point is in 7, right? And then I'll just get that. You can here. There we go. So you can read that if you're looking, and I'll just read 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And if you look at that part seed, that is Strong's G4690, and it is sperma. And you can put 2 and 2 together, right? It is a lineage, it is a bloodline. And let's get what do I want? Ecclesiasticus. Okay. So the point is in 22. Let's do 21, 20, 19. And Abraham was a great father of many people in glory. There was none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established a covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars. And the 12 stars, I believe, in the book of Revelation, where it talks about pulling the third, that's the tribes of Israel. And this is just a precept that you can marry, just to help you remember it. Because them to inherit from sea to sea. But in this point, it's the stars. It's just saying that there be many, because you can't actually number the stars. But as I was saying, you can just use it as a memorization tool to marry these two precepts together about the stars. And that's how I use it. I help myself remember what is what and where is where. Okay, moving on. Oh, inherit, and caused them to inherit from sea to sea, and from the river unto the utmost part of the land. With Isaac did he establish likewise, for Abraham his father's sake, the blessing of all men and the covenant, right? And who do we get from Isaac? You get Jacob and the 12 tribes, right? And verse 23, made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him an heritage, and divided his portion among the 12 tribes. Did he part them? Okay, so you can read the book of Numbers, and I believe early on in the book of Numbers, and in Leviticus, and it kind of goes through and tells you everything that we were supposed to do. And when he got into the inhabitants of the land, how they were supposed to do away with them. Everybody had their portion. Levites were to be not get a portion, because they were directly, they were the mediators for Yahweh at the time. So all of that very, very deep and long, those are all read the Torah, okay? You're gonna get all of that. That all of that is the inheritance, especially of the land. Where else do we want to go? So we got that. Oh, so while we're here, we'll do Second Esdras 3 and 16, because the main person, or the main nation, when you tell your people that they're special, the one thing they'll say is they'll deny being special. We're the only people on this earth that will deny being special. And then the very next thing they say, what about the pale man? What about the white man? Well, you saying he can't be saved too? Unfortunately for you, no. All right. And I say it's for them, it's unfortunate. Okay, because Esau is the only one that is not going to get the resurrection of life, or they are not. They're the, gosh, dog. What am I trying to say? Let me calm down. Let me experience. At that end of the 1,000 years, they're the only ones who are just going to be completely done away with. All the other nations will return to their land and follow the laws according to Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Second Ezra 3 and verse 16. We'll get straight to the point. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac thou gavest Jacob, and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau, and so Jacob became a great multitude. Remember, sand of the sea, stars of the heavens, we are an innumerable multitude. And that also goes because we were scattered to among the four corners of the earth. So you have some that look like Israelites, you have some that don't, but we are all over the place. So, majority of the time, the people that you see, they may just be an Israelite. If you have conversation with them, you can judge them by the Spirit and see. So while we're in Second Esdras, let's go to 6 and go straight down to the point. I believe 56. and it's highlighted. As for other people which also come of Adam, because folks love to say that we are one race, the human race, like God or Yahweh did not separate the nations, give them their portion and separate them. Like he didn't say that we are holy, be ye holy, for I am holy. We were a peculiar people set apart, right? He didn't say any of that, huh? Yeah, they just don't know. They don't understand the scriptures, and it ain't for them to understand at the end of the day. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So if you spill a little bit of water, or if you spit on the ground, do you try to save it? Do you get on the ground and slurp it up? No, you don't. It is what it is. What's lost is lost. Charge it to the game, right? It's gone. No one cares. Okay? Psalms 147. We'll get, according to, we're going to marry this one with this one right here. 147, and I believe it's 620. Nah, I'm tripping. Okay. He showed, verse 19, he showed his word unto Jacob, and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any other nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. All right. And we got we said, I mentioned the root and offspring earlier. I know there's something I was missing. There was something else that I wanted to say. Oh, well, we'll end it right here. This is what I wanted. Because remember, this ain't for them. And I kind of bounced around a little bit. But it's cool. We got some precepts, you know what I'm saying? You can put that in your arsenal. And remember, because when shit start to get real, next thing you know, folks that pushed you off, or folks that was, you nigga weird. You don't do this, you don't do that. And then they gonna be asking you, how did you say Jesus' real name? Where can I find in the scriptures where it says, insert whatever it is that they trying to, clarify. Folks are gonna be looking for answers. You just wait. And at the same time, while folks are looking for answers, there's gonna be a strong delusion sent out. There's gonna be a lot of foolishness being spread. A lot of folks gonna be talking some weird shit against the scriptures. They're not going to be scriptural, especially these Christians. Goodness gracious, these Christians are going to lose their, what little mind that they already have. It's finna get it's finna get real interesting, right? Okay, so let's finish off right here. Exodus 24 in verse 8. And this is Moses. This is when Moses read the covenant, right, to the 12 tribes. All right, and he let's see, and he built the altars as well. He built 12 pillars. You know what? Let's get it right here. Hold on, because I don't want to mess this up, right? Okay, Moses alone shall come near the Lord. Dang it. All right. And Moses came to the people, all the words of the Lord and all the judgments, and all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord hath done, we will do. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early in the morning, and built an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men to the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord. Moses took half the blood and put it in basins, and half the blood, and he sprinkled it on the altar. He took the book of the covenant, right? So he got the blood and he got the book. He read it out, contractual agreement, and the people said, all that the Lord hath said we will do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood, sprinkled it on the people, and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words. Right? So those of us of the 12 tribes got the sprinkles. You know what I'm saying? We got sprinkles. You ain't getting those sprinkles. All right? These ain't yours. We got the sprinkles. All right? So just bear that in mind. Remember, as things get uglier and uglier and things ramp up, people are going to want answers, and people are going to want to turn to the Lord, but it'll be too late. So those of us who are still in it, pray that he keeps you in it, that you remain humble, that you remain diligent, that you remain fervent, all right, for the law and the truth, and the love of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. And hey, don't take your hand off the plow. Keep pushing. Whatever it is you're doing, keep pushing as long as it's in righteousness.